Hey guys, it's John Howell here again, and in this video I'm going to share with you the next level strategies and also my personal $150,000 software that I use to find these next level trades. Now, I was not going to talk about these strategies and show you the software because it's only for me and my private clients. As you know, I'm in the middle of doing a launch for my next 5 platinum private coaching clients. And oh, by the way, there's 3 taken up, and there's only 2 spots left as of doing this recording. So if you're interested in that, then make sure you hop on, make sure you apply for that really quickly because I have a couple of people to call. And then so one of those spots might be taken up. So as of like maybe tonight after doing this recording, there might be only 1 spot left. So if you are interested, again, I only can take 5, and you'll see the reason why once you go over there and check the video. So go over, click if you're interested in that. At the end of this video, you'll see a link up here at the bottom. Click on that, and then that'll take you over to the actual the details about my coaching program, about the weekly coaching education platinum event, and how how you can get me as your personal coach. Okay. But as I said before, like only my private platinum clients that actually sign up to actually be, or who actually get accepted into being a coaching client for me, I actually give these strategies to them and software as a bonus. But I thought, you know what the heck, this will help you even more. You see, I've shared 2 really simple trading systems that you can take and trade on any market. And if you have not watched them, then you can see them above this video. See all those links there? You can see all the different videos I've been putting out to really help you. So in this video, I'm taking it to the next level. So let's get into today's education. There's 4 steps to trading a strategy that's a powerful trading system, and it's one of our favorites here. Now, I don't normally teach you strategy until we get to know each other a bit more, but I really want to add value to you on this presentation. Let's get into the next system. Now, what I want to do here is the other system you just learned. I want you to forget about that for a minute, okay? If you've got notes, fantastic. Turn another page and get ready for another one, because we're going to be talking about another system that has nothing to do with the system we just talked about, okay? Now, the 4 steps of this system are: number 1, we need to pick this stock. We're going to pick a stock. We're going to be doing this one. Next one is we need to pick a price that we're going to call write a put option at. Now, remember last time we're writing call options. This time it's going to be a put option. So this is a 100% different strategy that we're doing. We're not buying shares here. We're not buying shares at all. Okay, we're going to be potentially making income from the markets without even having to buy the shares. Number 3 is we need to pick a price that we're going to buy some protection at. Now, there are 2 types of protection with this. There is one that's automatically built in, and then there is 2, the one we actually pay for it. I'll explain how this works in a little bit minute. And number 4 is we'll have to do this well below the price for less risk. So there's only 4 steps here that potentially make us some income and progress to your ultimate goals. Okay. So let's get into the strategy. Let's get into the details here a lot more. So let's just say, for example, the current stock price here was at $20. Now remember, we're not buying the share, okay? This is a completely different strategy. The last strategy, what it was, this is a brand new strategy. This is what we call the advanced strategy that I don't normally teach people until we get to know each other, but I really want to add value here. So let's get into it. Let's just say, for example, the current stock price is at $20. And in this example, we're going to write a put option below the price. Now, what we have done here by writing a put option, and let's just say, for example, we're going to do it at $15. We remember, we have not bought the stock, and that was in the last strategy. This was completely different. What we did here is we wrote a $15 put option, and for that we received $1 upfront day 1 as soon as we actually write that put option, and we did that for a trade. Now in this situation we received $1 per share because we are saying to the market that if the market goes from $20 below 15, then we have to buy the shares at $15. So from 20 down to 15, that is what we call our built-in protection. If the market falls below 15, this is where our risk is. So because of that case, remember there's two protections, but there's 2 protections here. We have the automatic built-in protection. This is from 20 down to 15. But then we also want to buy some protection to cap what we call our risk. So because of this, and because of this, what we do, we're going to be buying a $14 put option. And for this, we're going to be taking some of our money we just received, $1, and say in this example, we're going to be paying out 70 cents. Now what happens here is this. We have just simply put on a trade. The stock's at $20. We wrote a $15 put option, and for that, we received $1. Remember, it's effectively like becoming an insurance company, right? The share's at $20. We write a put option. The share drops below 15. We have to buy the share. But that's where our risk is, right? So therefore, we buy a $14 put option. Now, at the end of the day, we never, ever want to have to buy the share. And we actually teach you that moving forward, okay? Basically, what we've done is that from $14 down, by buying that there, we have palmed that risk off to someone else. Now, because we did buy the protection, our risk is now the differences between the spreads, which is from $15 to $14, okay? And at the end of the day, that spread there is only $1. So if the market falls below 14, we are protected. So let's have a look at this in a bit more detail here in total. So we received $1 for writing a $15 put option. We then used some of that $1 and paid 70 cents to cap our risk. So in total, we received 30 cents for this trade, and we did not have to buy the share. Pretty awesome, right? So this is how we calculate everything. So you just again, I'm teaching the finer details so you know all this. For the maximum risk on this trade, it's basically the difference between 15 and 14. So $1 income minus 30 cents equals 70 cents. For the return on risk, okay, return on risk is actually, it's not a return on investment, it's return on risk. Because what happens here is we're not actually buying a share, we're simply just putting up our maximum, our risk is what we call our margin. So we have to put that up as margin to put the trade on. Okay, so that's 30 cents, right? So 30 cents divided by our max risk, which was 70 cents, times 100 equals 42% return on risk. Okay, and for that margin, which means how much you need to have in your account at that time. Now again, this is what you need to be putting up, not to be buying shares, but put up as margin to actually put this trade on. All you do is how to calculate that is we take our 70 cents, which was our maximum risk, times it by 100 equals 70 cents, okay? So that means you can test this out with a small amount. And that's why I love this strategy, is that if you're just starting out and you want to test it out with just a small amount of money, you can test this a small amount of money before you start to build up your capital, or you want to start on a small basis to test it out. But with this example, all you need is $70 to put one contract on. Now, one contract is what we call 100 shares. Remember I said before, when you have to buy shares, you have to buy a matter of 100. That's because we have to do this in lots of 100. So every option contract we do this, it's a lot of 100 options, which is one option contract is 100 there. Okay, so if we have one option contract, that one option contract has basically 100 different option shares in there. Okay, so basically all we need is we put $70 into this to buy one option contract. 100 contract is 100 shares, and every time we trade, we own a trade in these contracts. So therefore, if we just put this trade on and our maximum risk is $70, when you become a member, we'll tell you how you can test this out with literally a very, very small amount of money and actually lower your risk even more. But let's actually continue here. But at the end of the day, our goal is not to buy the shares we're doing here, okay? At the end of the day, what happens if the market does drop below, we have to buy the shares and so on and so forth. Our goal is not to have to buy the shares. Our goal is to do this on a monthly basis, to keep doing it again and again and again, which creates a really low risk scenario, okay? So at the end of the day, what we've done here is we've simply put on a trade where we don't have to buy the shares. We can do this as little as one option contract, which is $70. Now remember, one option contract equals to the amount of 100 shares. So if we just write one option contract at $15, and the market dropped below $15, that's equivalent to 100 shares, okay? But by doing it this way, it gives you a low risk, good case scenario, and gives you the best chance, or what we call the advantage on most traders out there. So let's actually continue here. I want to add a bit of disclaimer before we come here. You're about to see examples of what others have done with the systems you're learning here in these presentations. They are shown to you for the sole purpose so you understand the strategy more in detail, and should not and are not an example of the profit potential. The fact is that the market is hard to trade, and most people who trade the markets the traditional way lose money. So it's very important that you look into your own personal situation. It's important that you have detailed education software and understand the risk involved before taking any trader investment. Do not start trading these. Do not start trading these strategies based on what you see here. You do need more detailed education, processes, and systems. But you are seeing that you are seeing the details of the systems here. Okay, but just make sure you're doing the right things for you. Don't go out there and start trading these systems. Make sure you paper trade it. Make sure you check it out more. Make sure you research more. Okay, just make sure you look after yourself. You don't want to be going there and just being silly there. Okay. Now, let's move into, again, we're just showing you exactly what people who are part of our insider circle, they're part of our program, and when they take action, this is some of the results that they've been getting here. And let's actually walk through some of these examples with the strategy we just talked about here. So now you know how this strategy works. Let's actually look at a real trade example done by one of our members. What you're looking at right now is an email from one of our members. And I just blocked out some of his information for privacy purposes. So the trade details are, he was looking at a stock called VVUS. And what he did is he wrote a $7 put option there. Okay, a $7 put option. And what he did is also bought a $6 put option as a $6 put option. So, and for this, they received as much as 39 cents. Now remember that credit there, okay? 39 cents. But what I want to do is, instead of just having that on the screen there, I want to show you exactly how this looked actually on the chart, so you can see how amazing this is. Now, what we're looking at right now is a chart of that trade that was done. So not only did you see the trade details, but you also can visually see it on the chart as well. You see, what he did was this. He wrote a $7 option at $7, where you can see the line right now, compared with that yellow line. That's well below the price, right? That's his protection built in automatically. And then he also bought $6 put option. And for that, he received a total credit of 39 cents. So let's just have a look at this in a bit more detail and show you all the details and why this is such a powerful cash flow strategy going around today. You can see the red candle to the far right, that big red candle. That was the last price on the day. This is around about $11.23. My member wrote a $7 put option. Okay, so the last price is at $11.23, and our members, one of our members wrote a $7 put option. So with the details of this trade, let's have a look at this. Our maximum risk was our maximum risk. In this, it's from $7. It's from $7 to $6. That's the differences there, right? So we have $1 there. So that's a $1 spread there from 7 to 6, minus the income we got, which is 39 cents, equals 61 cents. Okay, so that's what we call effectively our maximum risk per share. So the return on risk is the income, which was say 39 cents we received, divided by our max risk, which is 61 cents, times by 100. Equals a 63% return on risk. Now again, this is one of the best trades we've ever seen anyone take with it within our platform, but I'm just showing you that these trades actually exist out there right now. So not only did this trader receive a 63% return on risk, but he also had built-in protection from $11 down to $23, $11.23 down to $7. That simply means this: you got in, you received a 63% return on risk, and you had automatic built-in protection, so the stock had to go from $11.23 all the way down to $7 before you started to get in any real danger. So for example, if you only had $5,000 in this trade, you would have earned $3,150 from this one trade, okay? And it only took you around 30 to 60 minutes a month to actually trade this. Are you starting to see how amazing this is? Are you starting to see how exciting this is? This is truly amazing with all these strategies here, okay? There's both these strategies, and again, remember, the software does all the hard work for you in trying to find these trades. And I'll get into the software in just a minute with this particular strategy, but can you see how amazing this is? Again, I'm going through as much detail as possible to really help and support you moving forward. And this is how you get the advantage of most people out there. Where else can you get into a strategy where you can earn a really good income like this and have the protection, the level of protection, so the market can go from, in this example, $11.23 down to $7 before you're in any risk? You can't, okay? So there are only 5 things that the market can do. It can go up a lot. It can go up a little bit, it can go sideways, it can go down a little bit, and it can go down a lot. So if you were trading where you had to get the direction right, I make it to make a good return from the markets, you would have 1 out of 5 ways of making profits with no protection at all. That means this: if you trade like everyone else, you would either buy the market, meaning the market had to go up to make a good return, and if it did go down, even by a little bit, you're losing money. And if you went short, meaning you wanted the market to go down, then what happens is this: if the market did go up, in this case scenario, you're losing money. Are you starting to get this? Can you start to see why most people lose money in the markets trading like this? So now you understand that most people have to get the direction right. But not only that, not only do they have to get the direction right, but they have to wait for the market to move in the right direction to generate a return. So let's go back over to the trade example and see how this compares differently from 1 way out of 5 to what we're talking about here with this system here. Okay, so let's go back to this example here for a minute. Again, make sure you breathe because we've got a lot more stuff to go through. With this example, 1 is that we don't have to wait for the market to move in the right direction. Secondly, is that we got the income as soon as we put the trade on. And also, we have built-in protection automatically built into this trade, right? So let's have a look at this here. There are 5 ways the market can go. It can go up. It can go up a lot. What would happen? Now let's have a look at this here. Let's stop for a minute here. Let's just say the market did go up a lot. What would happen? Well, it's above $17. The trade would expire worthless, and you get to keep your income. Let's just say the market went up just a little bit. Well, the trade would expire worthless. You get to keep your income. You go to the software, find another trade, and put another trade on. Let's just say the market went sideways. Well, your trade would expire worthless. You get to keep your money. Everything will be expired worthless. You get to keep your money, and you get to go do it again. Let's just say the market went down a little bit. Now, if that happens, your trade would be worthless, right? The options, what we call at the end of the month, would expire worthless. You get to keep the income, and you get to do another trade. Let's just say the market goes down a lot. Can the market go down a lot? Sure it can. Let's just look at the worst case scenario here. If the market does go down a lot, and if that does happens, we would close out our trade for what we call a loss. Okay, we'll close it out for a loss. I'm going to show you how we reduce this in a minute here. Now remember, when most people trade, they have only 1 out of 5 ways of making money. Also, you need to pick the right direction, and you also need to wait for the market to move in the right direction to generate return. But with the way that we trade, we get the income up front day 1 into your bank account. So we don't have to wait for the market to move in the right direction to generate return. You get in soon as you put the trade. You get the income as soon as you put the trade on. And also, we have not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 ways the market can go that's going to allow us to make this, to allow us to basically keep this income that we've generated. So as you can see, this is very low risk and a really high potential return strategy that's going to give you the unfair advantage of most traders out there. But what we're going to add is the secret sauce to increase your chances of doing well. As you know, in this example, if the market does go down a lot, that is where we're losing money, right? That's where we're going to have a losing trade. So how do we lower our risk on this without it affecting our return? Now again, have a look at this here. In this strategy here, we can have 1, 2, 3, 4 ways of making a profit. The one way, if it does drop a lot and it goes down a lot, that's where we're losing money. What I'm about to show you here is how we can reduce that risk of that happening without it affecting our return. Okay, we reduce our time we have to be in the trade. Let's have a look at this here. As you know, that the more time you have to be in the trade equals more risk, and the less time we have to be in the trade equals less risk. Okay, so as you know, it's more of a volatile thing, right? The less time you have to be in the trade, the less risk. So as you can see, by trading this way, we have 4 out of 5 ways of making money. And the one way that is our risk, in this example, the market going down, we can reduce that risk by only being in the trade no more than 3 days. So as you can see, the chances of the market going from $11.25 down to $7 in 3 days is very, very small. And we can do this thanks to the scanning software that finds these trades for us. So now, not only do we have 4 out of 5 ways of making money, but we have reduced our risk even more without it affecting our income by being in the trade no more than 3 days. Are you starting to get this? I know your head's probably starting to get filled up with all this information here, but again, I really wanted to give you a good couple of hours of solid good content to help you move forward, so it can help you get on the right progress, start giving you progress towards that, okay? So now, are you liking this? This is simple once you know how to do this. And yes, you too can be a successful trader. Do you want more? Do you want me to show you more? Okay, fantastic. You need the right tools, you need the right systems. That's exactly what you're learning here right now. You now have the advantage on most traders out there, and you can crush it, okay? Let's have a look at what Neville did with this system here. He made close to a 10% return in only a few days. This was the chart here. Look at this here. Basically, he has a 10% return. The stock price was at $26, and he did a $14 option. And he only had to be in the trade for 3 days. That simply means that the stock had to go from 26 down to 14 before he was in any real danger. Obviously, that didn't happen. The trade expired worthless, and he kept his income. This is another good trade here. This is a screenshot from my Skype talking to a member, and this was another trade. Last price is at $10. He wrote a $3 option, and he bought a $2 option, and he made close to a 10% return again in only a few days. Now think about that. He's only in the trade for a few days, made close to a 10% return, and the stock's now around about $10. So from $10 down to $3, that's his built-in protection before he starts to get into any real danger. Let's move on. This is an actual email from Simon. Simon said, "Hey Johnny, I just wanted to send you a quick email on the last week's success trading the system you just learned. I just traded the last 3 days as you recommended, and I had a 100% success rate. I put on 4 spread trades and received a $1,963 return after brokerage." That was net after brokerage. Excellent cash flow for 3 days in the markets. Now, he received $1,963 after brokerage, okay, in just 3 days. Who's liking this? Who would like to earn that sort of income? Fantastic, and that's what this whole process can potentially do for you. Okay, you see it right now. This is not some airy fairy. This is changing lives right now. Look at that. Just in 3 days, he made almost $2,000. Now, if you did that again, that was only in 3 days. Moving forward, again, let's actually say that you're trying to do this manually. You don't have to, because we have software to do all the hard work for you. Now, with this software, it's called the credit spread, and this is what it looks like when you go into the strategy in this software. Now, here's a quick overview of this section. One, you actually have, as soon as you click on the strategy, you see the strategy actually page will come up, and it'll automatically bring up trades. So when I say with one click of a button you can have a ton of trades, I wasn't clicking. Click a button, this page loads up with the trades, okay? But when we have all these trades, we can start to filter them down to exactly what we're looking for. So here we can see the OTM or greater. This is how much protection you want automatically built in. So whatever you put in here, you're telling the software to only show the trades that have met that minimum requirement for protection that you're looking for. Next, we have the percentage return. Again, you're telling the software to only show the trades that have this percent protection you're looking for. Next, we have the minimum combo. This is basically telling the software how much money, you'd like to earn per share. Like the example we talked a little while ago, right, where he earned 39 cents per share total credit after he wrote the option and bought the option. This is basically affected there. So you put in 10 cents there, 20 cents there, 30 cents there, and so on and so forth, and you can start to get there. So when you do that, this is going to filter it down to the trades, and the software is going to do all the hard work for you to do this trade, to do all this scanning for you, okay? And as you know, not only is this going to save you hours of looking for the right trades, but it's also going to give you and show you the trades that you could not see in the first place. This is amazing, because you simply can't look at hundreds and thousands of stocks, look at tens of thousands of options to do these strategies. You can't. It's simply not possible. But with the software, you can, okay? Are you starting to see this? Fantastic. Let's continue. So let's zoom into the trades here, and let me show you more details on what we see here. Okay, now, with this software, not only does it find the trades, but it does all the math for you. I don't know about you, but I'm hopeless at math. I didn't finish school, so I'm hopeless at math. So the software does all the math for me, as you can see on the screen. Now, it shows you the stock, it shows you the stock price, the price where you're going to write the put option at, and how much you can get if you are filled at that trade, the price you're going to buy the put option at, and how much you have to be paying if you're filled at that price, how much how much income you would make per share, how much protection was automatically built into that trade, and the income you would get if you're filled on this trade and it expired worthless. Okay. So, as you know, we do this on a monthly basis. Okay, that simply means we do this on what we call a monthly contract, and each month has 4 weeks to a monthly contract. So, that means it has 30 days to expire. But we trade monthly options. That simply means we only trade the last 3 to 5 days to lower our risk of that option. So when you look at it, if we are just trading the last week of that option's life, we are trading what we call a weekly option, right? Because we're simply just trading the last week of the option. The only bad thing about this is that you have to wait a whole 3 weeks before you start trading. Well, that's not a bad issue anymore. Okay, well, that's not an issue anymore because we have just brought in weekly options. That means we can do all these strategies every single week with the strategies, with the cover call strategy, with the spread strategy just learned. Okay, with all that sort of stuff. You can now trade these every single week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, look for trades. Friday expires worthless and start with the next day. So when you can see here that Simon made $1,963, you can now see that he only made it for made it 3 days before expiration. Now you could potentially be doing this again and again and again using the weekly options. Are you starting to see how exciting this is? This is amazing. Again, I'm giving you so much value so you can start to see this is how you get the advantage on most traders out there. I am so excited. Okay, fantastic. So let's actually go into the software again and let's actually zoom in on the actual trades in a bit more detail. So let me actually just show you a bit more detail about the software itself. So now we're looking at the whole bottom of that page. I'll just zoom that in so you can see this, okay? And we can see that we can actually trade what we call weekly options. We can look at the current month options, or if you simply, once you start getting advanced, you want to do what we call a bit more time options, which is advanced, but you can take it to another level. You can do the next month and also the month after, okay? Now what we're saying there is start with the weekly options, the current month options. When you start to get really good at it, you can start to go out to the next month and the month after options and really supercharge your results over time. Okay, and as you can see here, you know what sort of data you're looking at on the screen because it tells you we're looking at what we call weekly options. We've made this platform simple and easy for you to use, and it does all the hard work for you when actually looking at these trades. Now you can actually see on this just as an example that was brought up just recently. This trade here has 11% return and 6.7% protection automatically built in. The next one down has a 12% return with a 5.3% protection built in. The next one has a 14% return with a 4.8% protection built in. And the best thing is, this screenshot was taken with only 2 days expiry. So when I actually say that you can start to do really well in the markets, look at this here. Look at the protection automatically built in. 5%, 6%, 4%, 11%, 12%, 14%, almost 15% return. And you only had to be in the trade for 2 days? Are you starting to see how this actually gives you the advantage? Okay, fantastic. Now I know I do speak fast, but I'm so excited. Are you excited? Are you getting this? Can you see yourself doing this? Can you see how this is the advantage that you need to trade it? This is the breaking point you need to start helping you move forward. Long gone are the days you trade in the way that most people are teaching you out there, okay? You can be a successful trader, but you just need the right system and the tools to allow you to do that, okay? Are you getting excited? Okay, fantastic. Now, let me tell you a story here. I want to tell you a story named Lou. See, Lou came to me and basically she's bought all the courses out there. She spent hours a day trying to find out good trades. And what she did is she came to me, she said, John, I'm getting out of the markets. I said, Lou, let me coach you. What's going on? What are you doing? And she goes, I've had enough. I'm getting out of the markets. I said to her, okay then, well, just give me a chance. Give me a bit of time, okay? Let me show you how I do it. And so she said, okay then. I said, what's your number one goal? And she told me, and what it was what she said for a long time. She wanted to buy a big houseboat and live on it. And I said, okay then, if you want to live on the trade. She goes, yes. I said, okay, let's make that a goal. And she said, John, you just don't understand. I've set that goal. I've done that goal setting crap for so many years and it just doesn't work. Okay, I'm not going to do that. I said, no, you've done that, but let me actually coach you. I'm not trying to set you down for disappointment, but just Just hang with me, and I'll do I'll do what I can. Well, long story short, she got the boat. Isn't that exciting? This is a photo of her new boat that she bought, and she said, "I did it. I sold the house and bought the houseboat." She's an amazing person. Not because she has a high degree. No, Lou does not have that. She's a mother with kids that are actually sick right now. So so if a stay-at-home mum who is always going to the hospital with her kids, looking after her kids, and and doing the normal housework, then you can do it too, right? You can do this too. I know where Lou is right now. She's probably sailing somewhere. Look at this here. Look what Steve did. Steve, what did he do? He did 1,590 days in $1,590, almost $1,600 return after brokerage in just 6 days. Okay, look at this here. Now our strategies and software are the most powerful trading software on the planet. Okay, but regarding our support sessions, our support sessions are amazing. Just look at this. Hi, his enthusiasm, dedications, and trading methodologies are second to none. I've attended more seminars on charting, trading options, CFDs, commodities, money management, and it does not compare to how Johnny teaches and lives his own. I have learnt more in a 3-hour support session than in days with other courses. Thanks, Johnny. I would have given up trading without you. So there we have it. As you can see, with these strategies and software to do all the research for you, it can be very powerful. As you can see, right, you have these have really good strategies like that, and then you have a research tool. Like a research tool, the software does all the research for you. You can save hours and hours and hours of research, and literally the click of a button, you have all those trades appear. Okay, so if you want access to this software, then it's only for my private clients, as I was saying before at the start of the video. And as you know, I'm in the middle of doing this launch, and my last in doing the launch for the last 5 spots of the year. I'm not sure if you know, but I normally open up my platinum private clients twice a year. Once at the start of the year, and second in the middle of the year. And then once these 5 spots are taken up, then I close it down for the rest of the year, and I don't really offer anything else apart from maybe interviews and stuff like that. But to actually get access to my education software and to get me as your personal coach, I only do it literally twice a year. So if you're really interested in getting ahead and moving forward and getting me as your personal mentor and weekly coach, and get access to my platinum event where you can come and spend 5 full days with me personally, where I trade live right in front of you, talk a whole bunch of other stuff, then click on that link below. That's appeared. Okay, so click on the button below right now to find more information about the private coaching and what it's all about, and we can take it from there. Okay, so in the next video, I'm going to share with you my #1 thing that I use to add the probability to every single trade. So this will help you when you're getting in and getting out at the right times. So keep an eye out for that. In the meantime, if you are interested as me as your personal coach and having access to the software you just saw, then as I said before, I only have 2 spots left from actually doing this recording. So click on the link below now to get all the details, because it's the first come first serve. Now what's going to happen is when you click on the link below, it's going to take you over to a video, and the video is going to walk you through. Now the video goes for around about 40 minutes to 60 minutes because I really want you to get to know who I am personally, my backstory, how I got into trading, my downfalls, my cancer story, how I almost went bankrupt, and everything like that. Okay, so it goes around 40 minutes plus. Okay, and plus also go through a big rant as well too. So over on that next video, you're going to find a lot more information about me, and then on that page you can apply. There's nothing to buy on that next page. You can apply to be one of my next private platinum clients. Okay, as I said before, that I only do this twice a year. At the start of the year I did it, and I shut it down for the rest of this year, and this is the second time I'm doing it right now for this year. As I said before, I had 5 spots. I've had 3 taken up already. Now I have 2. In fact, I might only have 1 because I've got a few people to call who've already filled out the form. So it literally is a first come first serve. So if you're really interested in getting me as your personal coach, then go over there, fill out the application form, watch the video, and then I'll personally call you to see if we are a good fit. Okay. So anyway, so this is John Howell here, and remember, success can be yours if you go claim it. So step up, take massive action, and face your fears today.